Thank you very much. Now, getting on a plane is often the start of the holiday, and it's a chance to relax, watch a film, or maybe read a book.
Seems like some passengers just don't know how to behave, with cases of air rage on the increase.
Yes, the Civil Aviation Authority says the number of reported incidents of violence towards cabin crew rose from 58 in 2006-7 to 99 up to 2008.
There we go. And in that same period of time, the total number of so-called significant incidents of disruptive behaviour rose from less than 2,200 to nearly 2,700.
Yes, in most of these cases, the blame was put on drinking and smoking. Krysten Booth is the editor-in-chief at TNT Online, a magazine aimed at people who are moving to the UK. So, presumably, you're dealing with a lot of people who have a lot of experience of air travel.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, a lot of our readers come from Australia and New Zealand and South Africa, so they have to travel, extensively to see the world and also just to get here. So,
and are you hearing a lot of these kind of stories?
Well, I think we all see cases of anger. I haven't seen anything directly myself that whether it be violence or verbal abuse, but I think there is a general level of angst when people travel. So yeah, I think it's certainly out there.
We've been talking to people this morning about why that might be. Increased security at the airports is one of the suggested factors. Do you think that we need to just change our mindsets about the airport experience?
Absolutely. I think that's a big part of it. I think when you're getting ready to travel, a big part of it is actually the mental preparation that's involved. You've got to be aware of the fact that you've got to get there early. It's going to take a while to get through security, to check in, all the like. So I think a big part of it, as you say, is sort of just preparing yourself mentally for the fact that it's going to be a long haul, but it's worth it to get to the other end.
The plain facts, though, according to these reports, is that over half of these incidents are related either to drinking or smoking, and presumably that's people who smoke on board, who get irritated, or want to have a cigarette on board. But it seems extraordinary still that we have these issues. Why are people allowed on the plane when they're drunk? I mean, it's dangerous apart from anything else, isn't it?
Well, I don't think it's a great idea. I mean, in the sense that, the recovery time just when you're travelling is, significant. So, I mean, by drinking, obviously you're making life a lot harder for yourself from the start. But obviously people are quite anxious, or a lot of people are anxious when they travel, so they use alcohol, I suppose, as a method to, to settle their nerves. But I think you're right, and I don't think, a plane isn't a pub. So people shouldn't have to be surrounded by drunks when they're travelling. So I think it's certainly something that that needs to be looked at, to be better managed.
You hear of the experiences of people, obviously, who are travelling long haul. It's a longer time to drink. But do you think the problem is with the long haul flights, or with the short, cheap budget flights?
Well, actually, I think the problem's probably been compounded a little bit by the short haul flights, which is extended into the long haul flights. The budget airlines these days, it's basically every man, woman and child for themselves. We've all sort of been there where everyone's shuffling to get into the airport gate and the boarding gate. I think that's all part of it now, in the sense that people are just very competitive and I suppose want to get on and off as quickly as they can. But as you say, long haul flights, it takes a long time to get from here to Sydney. And people have just got to be prepared for that.
Yes, Krysten, thank you very much for your time this morning. Krysten is from TNT Magazine. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
What you don't want to do, of course, is get onto a plane next to someone who's sneezing. Sneezing, coughing, spluttering. Perhaps you're suffering this morning, streaming eyes, runny nose, popping ears.